Hey there guys, and welcome to a little bit of a different video today. Usually I cover gacha games, being the gacha grump and all, but today I'm covering an interesting build I developed in Tainted Grail, The Fall of Avalon, a game I'm very much in playing at the moment. Similar in vein to games like Oblivion, it's got that darker Dark Souls elements, following Arthurian lore, and I always am someone who likes to go after dot subclasses, damage over time abilities, and I'm calling this character the Plague Bearer. This is for multiple reasons. It is specialised in elemental debuffs, specifically those dealing with damage over time effects. You can get a lot of damage sort of in from that. You get percent health damage on poison and fire. And how are we going to achieve this? Well, first, for armour sets, this is mainly covering Act 1. This can all be gotten in Act 1. Basically, we're looking first at the Battle Mage set. The Battle Mage, it makes up the majority of this build, and the Battle Mage's HUD gives you 3.5 armor, 10 max mana, increased spell power by 15%, so that's a solid start. The chest piece is a Spell Slinger's jacket, which is a different armor set. Increases spell power by 30%, which just a good flat damage increase, while also having no endurance requirements, because I tried to more towards a pure caster rather than too much into endurance. We do take a few points more just to cover the fact that we need the weight requirement. As you can see, we're very much pushing the borderline there. The Battle Mage's trousers, which is 5 mana, 5 spell power. This is more just because it's obviously light enough to fit and everything, but it's also pretty solid. It's not bad. We're going Spell Slinger's boots, flat 15% to spell power, really nice. Gloves, again, 15% spell damage. You're looking at even more damage. For the Priestess's cape, we're going to get we're going for the Priestess's cape, which I've got at +9, which takes it from 1 max mana per second up to 6%, which is colossal. And you can see the weight is 0. This is from the reduction at the armor stand, which you can reduce it from 1 weight down to 0.5 to 0. I can't show you that because I've already done it, but I will show you different bits later on. And basically this is just good for recovering our mana and everything. For the jewel, we're looking currently at the Amulet of the Waning Moon. This is what you get from one of the druidic shrines where you go to, you offer up an animal part and you're given part of the Waning Moon set. This is the bit we use because nothing quite beats spell power, magic crit chance and max mana, all by percentage, 10% on each. We're going crit percent from the Perilous Orb +2. Basically the critical chance is obviously just useful. Critical chance, if it doesn't have like ranged or melee in front of it, encompasses everything. It will include magic, ranged and melee, which I love as a choice. And we're going for Blood Ring, and this is where we get a lot of our bleed capability from, because on basically any spell, Blood Ring instantly applies a bleed. It will, if an enemy can be bled, it will instantly apply the bleed to, unless there's an enemy I've not encountered that resists bleed heavily. And what ties this build together is this, the wand of Festering Rot. All poison damage applies additional poison build-up, which obviously is useful, and attacks apply poison. This is worded oddly, attack, so is that the hitting of the staff, which I thought it might be? No. This is any spell casted alongside it also has a poison effect to it, which is crazy if you're wanting to go for dot. I will show you where to get these bits towards the end of the video, I believe. I may put it in the middle, but I'm going to have to see. And this is a wand. Obviously, we're going to take some bonuses towards using a wand. And one spell that's very good is Scorching Pathway. This applies a lot of burn. So with this, you can basically apply burn. You can apply bleed near instantly, and then poison might take 2 or 3 to build up depending on the enemy type. And how does this all tie together? Well, if we're looking at the build, attribute wise, currently I've gone heavily into spirituality. I've gone into endurance simply because this helped with fitting into the light category without using the encumbrance ring. So this lets us have our extra dash. The reason why I want to be in light is because it's giving you 20% recovery on stamina, on mana. It's giving us extra dashes, which is very important for someone as glass cannon as we are. We're going 9 into perception, currently at 28, because we are looking at getting more crit chance, because that's a good scaling thing. 20 solid at the minute. As you can see, I've got 272 spell power. My sneak damage is relatively high, so if you get it from out of the shadows, you're doing a lot of damage. 9 mana recovery a second, that's a good amount. We're looking at 193 mana and 118 health. A lot with a 30% magical crit chance. We will get more in Act 2, I believe, magic crit armor, which is going to be very important. But for now, we're working with what we've got. As for the skill trees, what we're looking at here, majoritarily, in a major way, is spirituality. We're looking into Arcane Conduit, because this is just very, very useful to me for... We're going to be using the staff anyway. It's just a flat 45% damage increase. The effects of the ones are even better. I want to say that this probably affects the poison application and the poison build-up, is what I'm hoping, in making it 1.5 times stronger, maybe also increasing the spell power. And then I've taken 1 point into caster's focus, because it's the bigger, as you can see, goes up in increments of 5%. It's just basically gives us 10% of when they hit us, 10% of the damage is shared to our mana, which is just a little bit of extra tankiness. In this, we're going 50 into Arcane Teachings. You can leave this at 30 because a lot of the damage will come from your spells. I took it up to 50 now just for thingy. And I like this, dealing damage, elemental damage applies corresponding elemental status build-up. I believe this helps us with our Scorching Pathway to quickly apply a burn status, which is very useful later, and I'll show you why. We've gone 1 into gain maximum mana, and then we've gone... Your maximum health is increased by 20% of your max mana. I want to increase this more later, but this is just to give us that bit more tankiness, a bit more health. Power in swiftness, movement speed multiplier, increases spell power by the same amount. As you can see from my stats before, I have 121% multiplier. This basically, anything over 100% gets added to our spell power. So 1 point is giving me 21% movement speed multiplier. It is a very good perk. You get a lot of this from the Deer Shrine, where at the start of the game, I can show you this now. The Deer Shrine is over here. I do apologize. Druidic Shrine. I am blind as a bat. Sorry, it's there. You offer up 3 antler fragments, and that gives you increased move speed, which is excellent. Obviously, move speed is very powerful in all games, but it adds to our thing effect. Now, the more important tree for us is the practicality tree, and we don't need to put any points into practicality, but statuses. We're taking 3 points if an enemy has an active status on this. This is a separate multiplier that is just giving us 30% more damage. That is a lot more damage as a separate multiplier. We're going to take 3 into potent poisons. Debuff still 75% more, so your poison, your fire, your bleed will deal 75% more. We're taking a passageway through this. 1, we could probably take 2 points in this because we apply the 2 debuffs very quickly, but we're doing 50% more damage to enemies with 2 or more debuffs, which is very easy for us. And Rising Scourge, if an enemy has negative statuses, applying another one is 50% faster. The bleed ring is excellent for this, for us applying everything so quickly. We're looking more from now into perception because we're going to go crit. We're going up for that. Like, we're going to come down into... We could do this, but we don't really need to because we're already applying the bleed with bleed ring. But this goes by 30, 40, 50%. If you wanted to do this and have a 50% chance to apply bleed, you can do, but due to consistency issues, I wouldn't recommend it personally. Every time you land a critical hit, you gain 50% damage reduction against the next hit. That's pretty good to make you tanky. We're probably going to go into that for survivability. Critical hits increase your move speed by 20%. Huge. This is going to apply 20% more spell damage when we get down to it. And I'm not sure what the upgrade is. It could be 30 or 40, but that's going to be a very good point investment. Critical, if you wanted a bit of sustain, but I think we're going to mostly get 1 tapped if we don't. And then crit damage if we fancied it, which we probably will later into the journey. These are our main things though. I'm going to show you a little bit of how this plays. I'm going to go to the shrine over here. And actually, do we have enemies? We do. This is Firewave. Okay, I'm a little bit strong. If we can find a stronger enemy preferably. Nope. So let me try something a little different then. Because we are absolutely exasperating and murderizing everything. Let's go Burning Embers. So just so, we'll go with the weaker spell so you can see the power of it. you can see that the bleed's instantly applied. The poison's now applied. On heavier enemies, if we're using this though, look, you can see the fire and the bleed applied right away, which is colossal. If it doesn't kill them outright, the poison and bleed fight right away, and then you could build up the poison by casting more spells, obviously. Let me just get rid of this annoying dude. You can see that's just an instant bleed anyway because it's the thingy. But we're going to do this. That's just... They're the main spells that I'd use. Thunderlash is just absolutely broken. It's probably the best spell in the game. I like Life Transfusion. It fits very well with our Plague Bearer, drinking the life force of his enemies. This one can sort of flex as you please. Venom Flick is just pretty bad though. Scorching Pathway against bigger, tankier targets. This is going to just apply the burn so insanely well. You'll get 2 debuffs instantly, which is colossal. So, that is the build. In this next section, I am going to show you exactly where you can find the majority of the pieces of this set, just so that I can, just so you can help get this build up and running. I know it's easy. We'll go over here. As you can see, the burn and the fingers applied. Look at the tick. It's not going to be the strongest build in the world, but that for dot damage is a lot. But yeah, in this next section, I will show you where I found everything. So guys, in regards to finding absolutely everything that we need to for this build, I will show you right now. The Wonder Festering Rot, basically, this is one of the more important bits. We are going to go to the All-Mother's Temple, which is on the top half of the first act map. So we're going to teleport there, and oh, that was very, very quick. We are going to come around this way. On the wiki, it's not very well described. We're going to come through here. We will start coming up to the temple where you don't have to do any of the quests to get here, and we are gonna take a detour up here, and basically it is going to be classed as a theft, so we're going to go behind here, and you will open this chest. This will be theft. You will have this wand in here. This is the most important part of our poison aspect of the build. So yeah, that's there guys, we are where we're going to now get some of the more important pieces of our set, the Battle Mage set. The reason we're going for the Battle Mage set is because unlike the Waning Moon set, it doesn't require as much investment into endurance. It requires none, in fact. We're only going to be 3 points into endurance, so we could stay under the cap towards light on our current setup, which requires our 2 point investment into endurance, whereas the Waning Moon, while great set wise, especially specific pieces like the gauntlets, which is easy to get to 25% spell damage, it does require more investment into endurance, which you can do, but I wanted to go a bit more spell sorcery, a bit more force. There's our little buddy up there. So basically we are going to go to Tomb of the Good Druid, which has a fast travel location here. It's on the left side of the map, up from the Horns of the South. We just come up here and it's going to be here. It is one of the harder bits in this area, I'd say, in the first act. But now we're going to run through. Basically we're going to come through here. You'll end up fighting things like Spriggans, like the spirits. We're going to fight the Red Infected. I don't think mine will have respawned, but they might have. But yep, the Red Infected like you fought in the Arthur cutscene at the very beginning of the tutorial dungeon. We're going to come over this way. We're going to keep running around this way. We're going to come up these stairs, turning here. And if I'm thinking correctly, it was in this chest. I believe it was. There is a second chest close by though. It could have been in this one, but I'm fairly sure it was in this first one. And that is going to make up the pieces of the helmet. It's going to make up the trousers. It wasn't the most pieces, but yeah, it's going to make up some of our pieces. And next I'll be showing you the Spell Slinger set. Thank you. And now for the Spell Slinger set, we are looking at coming up from the Abandoned Stronghold here, which again is just north of the Horns of the South. There is a teleport bit here. It's on an unmarked camp in the map. It's a very good early set to grab as well. We're going to come through here, we're going to go up here, and we're going to go to this marker here. There should be a camp with some enemies, so let's follow this path. We are going to go over this way. We're going to ignore everything around us. And basically this set is very good early on, along with the Waning Moon set will help you through the early game. I don't know what that is that I've not discovered, but I will come back for that at another point. We're going to come up and over here, we're going to travel down this way. And you can see here it's going to be in a locked... That was a stealth kill. You see that just triple applied everything. And that is going to be the spell slinger set will be in this chest here, which you will have to pick lock, I believe. Thank you. Yeah, but the spell slinger set will be in here, and you will likely have to pick lock, I believe, and that is just here on the map. Up from the abandoned stronghold here, we're going to go up to there, and it will be... Actually, it's more here, my bad. It's more this way, but I use that as a general guide. So yeah, on to the next set. And next, guys, we are looking at generally just a really good ring for any class. The Perilous Orb +2, which basically we are going to come to the King's Road, which is here. There's a teleport point there. It's literally, this is the Horns of the South. We're going to go up there, and we're going to go into here. And effectively, just follow the way I go. You will encounter this dude. Early on, he's pretty tough, but he's nothing you shouldn't be able to handle. We're going to go over here. Just kill this dude because it's annoying. Going to come down here. And it will be in this chest here. With a few other items, nothing of note, but that is going to be the crit ring set. And I may as well just take the time here to show you that. Look at how this applies the bleed, everything's dead, everything's applied. But yeah, just down here, over here, and it's just going to be basically not too far a trek from the King's Road. Up next, we're looking at the bleed ring. And now, guys, for the blood ring, we are going to be coming to the ancient cromlech here, which has a teleport just outside its front door. And basically, how we're going to get up here, there is a quest with the Doctor inside of the Horns of the South. He's towards the top side of it. He's next to the Quartermaster. You have to go into the building. There's a guy outside talking about his toothache and how the Doctor wanted to do inhumane things to him. He gives us a quest, and we're going to come up here. And that's going to point us to there. We don't need the quest to get this, but it will be good guidance if you wanted that little bit of guidance. Anyway. We're basically going to come up here. I love this area. I love the glowing flowers in this like mire. I love the story that gets told here. It's only a small quest. It's a two-parter. It's pretty good. And basically, we're going to run through these beautiful field of flowers. We want to come up to the far end over here, into the Druidic Circle. We're going to jump onto here, a little bit of parkour. We can do run and slide. If you're wondering why I do this, not only is it faster, it builds up athletics, it builds up sneak, and it builds up acrobatics or agility, whatever it's called. We're going to come over this way. If you're feeling brave, you can actually jump over. That is the chest that's going to have the blood ring in it. You can jump from the other set of routes to get there, but I will not because I will mess it up and have to re-record this bit. We're going to come over here. And in this chest here, this does not need picking. This is going to be where the blood ring's got. This is the most important build, enabling our statuses very easily enabling our 2p status, so we can get both applied very quickly for the extra damage. But yeah, that's going to be the blood ring. And on to next, I will be showing you where to get the cape. Hey there, guys, and for the Priestess's cape, we are going to start from where the ancient cromlech teleport is again, which is going to be here. We're going to turn to face the south. We're going to come down here, and it's going to be right here. It's like a half-broken church. I killed the undead that stands there. This is a priestess. She will have the priestess's cape. And that is going to give us 1 max mana per second. If you upgrade it to 9, it will be 6. It will weigh 1. But using the weight reduction at the workbench, you can lower this down to 0 in 2 upgrades, which is the fastest upgrade you can do, I believe. And basically, the reason that's so good, if it was 1 per second, that'd have given me 19 mana back per second. Nope, it would not. The math is wrong there. It would give me 1.9 mana back per second, which is still good, considering on the higher end you often see 3. But if we do 6 for that, 1.9 times 6, let's call it 12, 11.5, give or take 11.4. One of the two, it's still 11.4, 11.5 mana per second, which is a decent amount back when you think about it. If I can get up that to 10%, it's huge, but the upgrades do start getting expensive. And that is going to be our entire set that we need for this, including the weapon. If you want to swap anything else out, you can. I've just found this, the blood ring, and this being the most effective way to apply status effects. That is guaranteed as well, so you might not need the blood ring if you just want to use life transfusion, but it is effort to swap between the two. That cast will always apply bleed, but obviously it's costing you life. It's effort to swap between them. But yeah, that is going to be my Plague Bearer build, Plague Bringer build, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be a pure mage. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't know how it's going to fare into the late game, but right now it's doing excellent work, doing a lot of dot damage. You evade, apply the dot, move. It's going to be great. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching the video. Leave any critiques below. If you need any help, let me know and I can talk to you about it. Thank you very much, guys, and thank you for watching my video. Take care.